So the question of the day is, do we love what Lorraine Kelly loves? Yes, today's haul is from Bon Marche, Bon Marche, however you want to pronounce it. Lorraine Kelly has a collaboration with them. I don't believe she designed the clothes. She obviously just gives a stamp of approval to some of the items that they stock. So there's quite a big section on the website about all the different things that Lorraine Kelly loves. So today's haul is testing to see if we love what Lorraine Kelly loves. Just a side note, just in case you haven't got a clue who Lorraine Kelly is, and I'm sure if you are watching her from abroad, she is a much loved morning breakfast sort of TV presenter. Originates from Scotland, I believe, and she has been on our screens forever, and she is about to disappear. So let's see if we love what Lorraine loves. So let me tell you, Bon Marche seems to have an absolute huge range on their website. I was quite blown away, and I did sort of struggle, and that's why I actually narrowed it down to things that Lorraine Kelly loves, and she's got her own little tab at the top. Sale doesn't seem to have hit as I record today, but possibly check the website, check in store to see, because I saw winter, autumn things in the shops the other day, and I thought, no, we're still in the throes of summer. I want to enjoy my summer. But Bon Marche sent this 20% off voucher when you spend £25 or more on full price styles in August. Sort of suggests that their sale is going to start in August. There is an online code if you want to pause it and use it, because I've got 5 or 6 of these vouchers, all with the same code. So it's a generic code that anybody can use. So if you see any of these items and they're still full price, remember, you can get 20% off in August. And it's still July. So wait and see. Hopefully all those autumn things you'll be able to get at the beginning of the season for a bargain price. Right, without further ado, I'm going to show you the first item. So the first item is this button wrap detailed dress for £24. I'll start with the colour. I was a little bit disappointed. I think it's very autumnal. Is that the word? In this dark sort of, it's not a it is a khaki. Almost verging on like a dark khaki colour with this autumnal sort of ditzy print of these sort of ochre little daisies. They've got little brown dots inside. So I thought, I don't think that's very summery, but if you're looking for something to go on into the autumn, maybe that is the idea. The length, not petite range, the length is really good. So if you are, I would say, average height to me that is verging on petite at 5'4", this is going to be good for you. If you're taller ladies, I'm not so sure. I'm not sure how tall Lorraine Kelly is, but I presume she's quite a petite little lady. So this is a size 22. It fits really nicely. If I had a little complaint, I'd say it's probably a little bit snug across the back here, but not restrictive at all. But you just know I am hypersensitive about this area. Now, came with a little sash belt here, which I'll just undo so that you can see the full detail. And I thought this was very clever for a wrap dress. Instead of having to sort of thread that thread through and then bring the ties together or just hope that it sort of secures, they've actually got buttons down this side here to keep the dress together. There is a substantial sort of panel behind that wrap detail, so you're not going to get exposed if there is a gust of wind. But you do sort of think, well, why didn't you just secure it and just put some faux buttons on? Why is it actually, there? Because I was easily able to pull this on over my head. It's not like it helps to get on or off at all. So it's a lovely feature, and it's certainly a way of securing a wrap dress. But why didn't you just make it fur and make it so much easier for everybody? No elastication around the waist at all, but it does sort of come in quite close fitting here and then goes over my hips, and of course my worst area, my tummy. Just so you can see the side profile as it flows down. Don't think there's any gaping on these buttons here, but if it was to be a little bit tighter, that might be an issue, and another reason maybe why they should have just made it a faux wrap. Nice little belt loops there. Sometimes I don't like those little thread ones that tend to stick out, or they're totally impossible to thread through. Nice little puff sleeves there, nicely gathered. Oh, where are my shoulder pads? Hold on, shoulder pad time. Okay, so I've got my shoulder pads. These were just cheapest from Temu that you just slide underneath your bra strap to keep them in place. Do you think that does a better job of squaring off that shoulder there, just to fill out this portion because I'm round shouldered? And then let that little fluffy sleeve hold down. Not angel sleeves, but they're not tight and restrictive. And of course, I got told off about this. Was it Ellen? Ellen from Germany. Thank you. I'm not putting myself down when I call my large arms bingo wings. It's just a term so that everybody can sort of understand. But my angel wings are pretty much covered in this dress, although I do prefer like a fluttery sleeve. I just think it's a lot more sort of feminine and just flows. So one without shoulder pad, one with. Does it look better with or without? Now, a flattering V. This is where this dress lets itself down because there's just too much fabric. I try to pull it across, and there is a button there to secure this piece of fabric across, but this just seems too long a piece of material, and I am full busted. So if you are not, maybe that would help it sit down if you weren't full busted. Of course, this has not been ironed, and I'm finding this facing keeps popping forward. It needs some stitching down, I think, just to hold it in place because it's popping out on both sections. So I'm tugging it here and making it pop out and pulling it down there and trying to rearrange it all, and it's not working. You can see there that this is just sort of booshing out, isn't it? A pin there would probably solve that issue. No, it doesn't solve that issue, even if I was to put a pin there. I had some beautiful ones from Temu. I've completely lost them. It's because I'm doing these sorts of things all the time, you know, taking them on and off. I've probably sent it back on a dress or something. So I need to reorder some of those little pins that I had from Temu. I'm sorry, Lorraine, you may love this dress, but I'm afraid I don't. I'm going to stay it from the start. Lorraine, no wonder you love this top because it is amazing. It is the patchwork quilt blouse with a cami. What a bargain for £18. Beautiful silver buttons that go down. And can you see that patchwork pattern there? But there are metallic sort of embroidery in silver. So it's sort of elevating this plain little blouse. I'm loving this collar too whilst I'm up close. Goes round into a modest V. Covers you up, looks really, really nice. The fit is exquisite. Size 22. Chiffon plain sleeves there. You can see, I'm loving this. Sorry, it is just an absolute beautiful pattern. A couple of different sort of colorways of different muted turquoises and sort of baby blues there, but the pattern is beautiful. Long sleeve, elasticated at the wrist, and it is a beautiful length. It's not over here like you find some items, and if you really wanted to, I presume you could push it back and just blusen it out there. Fits me really well on the shoulders, no droopy shoulder line here, and believe me, I know it's not hitting me on the shoulder, but that is a good fit for me. If I'm really fussy, yes, you can see the white cami underneath. This is a sheer fabric. Maybe if it was a little bit dark, or if they're more predominantly white, it wouldn't be quite so noticeable. It is attached, and it was a little bit of a struggle getting it on. If I keep this, and I say if at the moment, bear with me, I think I would detach it. As it is, it's quite a short cami, and it is in a polyester sort of stretchy jersey there. So maybe if you do detach it, you could wear this with other items, or just thought, wouldn't this make a beautiful jacket undone over different cami? Actually, I'm going to undo it now. Oh, but before I do, nice little Rolos there that go over, little elastication, and you can see the attention to detail with that deep placket behind. So if you do have any gapage, then hopefully all you can see is that placket behind. Lots and lots of buttons down the front. Not looking forward to having to do these all back up, I must admit. But yes, a better fitting cami. This is a little bit tight and restrictive, and I'm thinking a pale blue one would look so much nicer. But isn't that a lovely way to just cover up in the evenings if it's going off a little bit chilly? Or I'm off to Mallorca the end of August. Are you going to get bored of me saying so? I'm a little bit worried about the mosquitoes in the evening, so this could be a little bit of a cover up just to protect me. So the length dips down a little bit longer at the back, like a sort of shirt, and that's sort of emphasised, I think, because I've undone it. I'm really, really liking this. I just don't think that the cami is the best fit for me, or necessarily the best colour, but for £18 I think it's just worth investing in this. And I said I would come back to that price purchase. What I'm thinking is, it's like they've given me the heads up that their sale is going to be starting in August. They've also given me a 20% off anything that I buy in August on full price items. I'm thinking, if this goes in the sale, win, I'll buy it then. If it doesn't go in the sale, it's full price, I've got 20% off. Should I return it and take that gamble that they're going to sell out in this size 22? I don't know. I am a conservative at heart, but I think it's going to be worth the gamble. Lorraine Kelly, I agree with you. I love this item too. Well, I certainly hope you are enjoying my content, and why not push that subscribe button now? Come back so you can see me. I generally upload twice a week, but I've got a special series coming up hopefully very soon, so I will be going up to 3 videos a week. Enjoy the rest of this haul. Okay, 2 items to show you now. First of all, the Patchwork burnout top was £14. The Zara crop jeans are £20. One's a hit and one's not. Loving these cropped jeans because they call themselves cropped jeans, and when I put them on, they're cropped jeans. Slightly longer, but they're certainly not flapping around my ankles. Size 22, if I haven't mentioned that, I think I've failed. Everything has been ordered in a size 22, and these are a perfect fit. And I've got them out the bag. I didn't think they were going to. but they've got some stretch with them. That's not to say that I've utilised all that stretch. And it's also got some sort of gathered areas around this waistband. If I'm being particularly fussy, they're not high rise, they're definitely sort of like hipster, but it's not affecting me too much, although I feel it is coming down quite low here. But sideways view there, you know they've got a large expanse to get over there, and of course I'm bulging out, but I don't feel I've got too much of a visible tummy line there. So I'm quite happy with the fit, particularly, I say it all the time and you must get bored, if I need the fabric here, so often I get excess fabric here that sort of booshes up and looks uncomfortable. This is flowing from my tummy to my thighs without too much excess fabric, and they fit really well here. This is what I mean about them being quite low. These pockets seem, they're almost to my thigh. Shouldn't they be up here a little bit more? Certainly don't feel I could put anything in them because they would just be in the way of walking, really. So maybe it's some sort of magic so it looks more pert and more something. I don't know. Is it possible with my large bottom to make it look pert? But I just feel these pockets are a little bit low. These are the Zara cropped jeans, if I forgot to mention, and all their jeans have different names, and in their full jeans range I have done a video a year or so ago about the different lengths, so maybe go back and watch that one. I'll try to link it at the end. I didn't have a successful haul, but at least they are trying with different length jeans. So I'm liking these. These also came in a variety of different sort of pastel shades. I'm quite tempted, you know, to go and buy something else. Okay, moving on to the top, £14. I don't like the colour particularly. I think it's quite dull, quite muted. Not really my colour. I thought the blue would match in nice with the jeans, which it does, but the other colours seem to drag it down. A really sort of muted taupe colour, a little bit of green, but no, just a little bit too muted for the summer, I think. But if that's your vibe, it'd be nice. I've actually got a pair of crop linen trousers, haven't I, that it might look better with. It is obviously sleeveless, but these straps here are plenty wide enough to hide those bra straps, which can be a consideration, can't they? Sorry, I'm talking about bras, it was twisted there. So, and it's quite a high neck actually. You can have it open, but I don't particularly like the facing there, so I think the idea is you have it tied up there. Just let those strings hang down. Little peephole, you can't see anything. The back, quite high there on the back. So if it's a warm day, you're still protected from the sunshine. It is a longer length. You know I'm going to want the longer length to hide this. I don't feel it messes with the proportions too badly. Maybe a little bit too long with these cropped jeans here, but you can see it's not really sort of generous enough. It is in a beautiful silky jersey fabric that is really thin. Let me get up so you can't see. I don't know, it's plain on the inside. I don't know if you can see, it has got like a sort of slightly burnt out fabric, you know, where some parts of the fabric are a little bit more sheer than others. It wasn't coming across on camera, but it is so soft and silky. For me, it is just a little bit too snug fitting. Even these vents don't allow for this extra fabric. And I don't particularly like the way it is then just sort of clinging to me. But it is a nice top if you're just looking for a long line sort of sleeveless top. £14, what a bargain. And if this doesn't go into the sale with that code I showed you at the beginning, 20% off, what a bargain this would be. Sorry, Lorraine. The Zara crop jeans, I love them too, but the top, no. I'm sorry, Lorraine, you're on your own here liking this top. The last item, another dress. This one is the Sweetheart neckline, again £24, same as the first dress. I seem to have this knack of saving the best till last, and I certainly think this is the best. It fits me beautifully. In fact, I may say it's just a little bit big, but because I don't feel restrictive or sort of held at all, it is extremely comfortable. It is in this sort of muted, you can't see because of that light, can you? Let me hold it like that. Is that better? Yes. It is a muted green colour with a white floral background. And it is in the most softest, thinnest jersey you could imagine. So you get the practicality of it being jersey, but because it's such a fine, good quality jersey, you know, it is hanging and draping so beautifully. I'm sorry, I'm moving you around trying to get the best lighting possible. It's so hard at this time of year because the sun is so strong, and if I don't have the curtains open, I've got no chance of seeing anything. So back to the dress. Quite a plunging sort of V-neck, which you can not adjust even though there is a tie there. That completely fooled me. It is a tie there, and it's got like a little bit of sort of stitching that's elasticated, but you cannot change this. Not that I would want to tighten up and make it any lower, that's for certain. Got the same issue with the facing. It's so tiny, it needs ironing in and tucking, but like I say, it's quite tiny. I don't know if it would actually stay in place. This is what I mean about like a fluttery sleeve. It's just so much more sort of forgiving, isn't it, and just a little bit more feminine. So I love these little sleeves. They seem to sort of come up and float down, and because it's in that fine jersey, they're just hanging really nicely. Not tight at all across that back, because I've got a panel of shirring inserted here. It doesn't go all the way around. Sometimes if you've got shirring all the way around, it can look a little bit cheap, can't it? But this is just helping with the fit, and I think it just is keeping that back panel in place there. As you can see, it is quite low cut at the back too. It sort of comes over with these sleeves. It's almost sort of square-like to here, and then it goes down into this deeper V. So I'm liking that detail, and I'm certainly liking the print and the colour. Standing back now, can you see the length? It's slightly longer than the first dress, but it's certainly not too long for me. And remember, this is a regular length. Is that going to work with that sun right behind me? Oh, the trials and tribulations, honestly, you wouldn't not believe it. Let's see if that works. Got to put you down a little bit. Honestly, I am not an expert at this, as you may be able to tell. So, definitely a brilliant length for me. It's sort of coming to mid-shin, it's sort of not drowning me. And this full skirt is really, really nice. And can you see how it's falling? Really well. I'm loving this dress. It is such a simple fabric, but the cut of it and the style of it really elevates it, and I think this is a bargain for £24. Lorraine, you loved it, and so do I. So Overall, I have to agree, Lorraine's loves are also my loves. Certainly 2 things really struck out to me, the green jersey dress and this blouse with the camisole. The other, and of course, the crop jeans. You can't quite see them. I've still got the crop jeans on as well. And I'm going to see what other colours they have because I think they are a fabulous fit for me. Lorraine, I agree. Whatever you loved, I also thought was really, really good. So thank you so much for watching. Of course, push that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below. Most important of all, just come back and see me again. Goodbye for now.